What's going on, Hidalgo County? How are you? Who's ready to elect Beto O'Rourke? Hey y'all, my name is Luke Warford. I am your Democratic nominee for the Texas Railroad Commission, which, as many of y'all know, has nothing to do with railroads and actually regulates the Texas oil and gas industry. There is no place I would rather be than on the first day of the second week of early vote. This is such an important time. This is such an important moment. And here in South Texas is where the victory that we are going to get statewide as Democrats, it comes through Hidalgo County. Now, for those of you who maybe haven't studied the extensive history of the Railroad Commission, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the office, and I'm going to bring Beto up. The Railroad Commission is a statewide position, about 6 spots down the ballot from the governor. It regulates the oil and gas industry. That makes it one of the most important elected offices in our state for our economy, for our environment, and for our ability to keep the lights on. And I'm 33 years old. I'm the youngest Democrat to run statewide. And the reason I decided to run for the Texas Railroad Commission is because I am sick and tired of my opponent, Wayne Christian, who takes all of his campaign contributions from the folks he's supposed to regulate, making decisions that put the interests of his donors first and leave Texans across the rest of our state to the short end of the stick. And so this November, we're going to vote for change, and we're going to vote for change up and down the ticket.
Yeah.
And so what I need y'all to do is tell your friends, hey, there is this position called the Texas Railroad Commission. It has a huge impact on our economy. It has a huge impact on how much we're paying for utilities. It has a huge impact on our environment, and we can elect a Democrat in November. And now it is my honor to introduce my friend and the next governor of the state of Texas.
To walk in with Roberto Pulido right here, Texas legend, American legend, and someone as a Voy a empezar a nuevo. Hey, thank you all again for choosing to show up. This is a very tough time in the state of Texas. 8 years of Greg Abbott. Our property taxes are now so high, we're paying more in taxes in Texas than our fellow Americans are in California. The most extreme abortion ban in America, no exception for rape, no exception for incest, and effectively no exception for the life of the woman or the mother involved. Gun violence, now the leading cause of death for our children, kids, and teenagers in the state of Texas. More school shootings in this state than in any other. It has now been 23 weeks since 19 kids and their 2 teachers were slaughtered in that classroom in Uvalde, and not a single thing has been done to make it any less likely that it happens to any of our kids in any other classroom in any other part of the state. And then there's that grid. I don't know if you all remember February of 2021, but the guy in power could not keep the power flowing to the people he was supposed to serve. More than 700 of our fellow Texans lost their lives because of his incompetence. And to add insult to injury, that grid is still not fixed. We're no better prepared going into this next winter than we were during that one. And each of us, to a person, is paying more in our electricity bills. In fact, some of the highest utility bills in the country right now. Greg Abbott, the single greatest driver of inflation, the greatest threat to our kids, and the fact that he will not sign Medicaid expansion means that we are the least healthy state in the United States of America today. Harder to see a doctor, fill a prescription, or go to a mental health care provider here in Texas than it is anywhere else in the Union. And then there's this, finally. Our democracy, which every man and woman here who has served in the United States military swore an oath to protect and defend. They didn't swear that oath to a politician or a president or a political party. They swore that oath to our form of government, which sets us apart from so much of the rest of the world and almost the entirety of human history. Well, that right to vote is under attack here in Texas more than it is anywhere else in this country today. Harder to cast that ballot, harder to get your names on the rolls here in Texas than anywhere else. If we allow that to define our future, I'll tell you right now, we're not going to win this election. But if we overcome that by reaching out to those who are the very targets of voter suppression and voter intimidation and bring them into this election by the hundreds of thousands, those who are disenfranchised will form the margin of victory when we win this on election night. You all with me? Yeah! That means we have got our work cut out for us. It means that we want you to sign up to be a part of this campaign. And over the next 8 days, there are only 8 days left, I want you to knock on the doors of your neighbors, the people right here in Edinburg and throughout the Rio Grande Valley, and in your own words, from your own heart, describe to them why this moment matters so much to you and why the stakes could not be any greater in this election. For my volunteers with the clipboards, where are you? I've got Rocio in the back, I've got Grace right next to her. They have open shifts to knock on doors. And just think about the way you want to feel on election night. The beautiful hangover that you want to have the next day from celebrating these historic victories. And now think about what you are willing to do to make sure that we bring them to pass. If we do that, I promise you, we are going to win. And when we win, that means that we put the lives of our kids over the interests of the NRA. That means that Texas women make their own decisions about their own bodies, their own health care. That means that Texas teachers are treated with the respect and dignity that they deserve. It means we pay them enough not to work a second or a third job. It means those retired teachers get a cost of living adjustment every year. And it means those kids in their classrooms get more attention from those teachers because we're going to cancel the STAR test. We'll expand Medicaid to make sure that you can afford to see a doctor, that you can be treated for any condition that you have, and that we no longer lead the country in the number of kids who die of diabetes, which is a dubious distinction that we have today. We're going to do smart, common sense things that most Republicans and Democrats can agree on, like making marijuana legal in the state of Texas. This side of the crowd likes it, this side does not. That's all right. Drug free! And then there's this. I mentioned our democracy and the fact that it is under attack here in Texas more than it is anywhere else in America today. After we win, we got to make it easier for Democrats, independents, Republicans, no me importa the differences right now, but Texans to be able to vote in our elections. That means easier to get on the rolls through online, automatic, same-day voter registration. It means replacing these messed up gerrymandered districts with ones that we draw, citizen commissions. And it means replacing Confederate Heroes Day as a state holiday with Election Day as a state holiday. There is no end to the good that we can do by and for and with one another. But to do any of that, we've got to win this election. And so I'm asking you, please, dig deep, decide what you are willing to do, and let's get after it and make it happen. So keep the faith, keep up the fight, let's get after it and go out there and win this election.
Yeah, let's do it! Yeah! Woo!
Okay, we're gonna go right over.
Hey, how are you? Good to see you. I like your guitar.
Hi, thanks for coming out. Oh, give me 1 second.
Maribel, ahorita me tomas uno ahí. Que se lo tome la muchacha. Pero ella no sabe el número. Lo cuento prontito. Yo te lo voy a mandar.
We gotta do it.
No, pero tú me los mandas a mi cuenta. Tú me regalas con
Thanks for running with us.
Yes, I gotcha. Yep. Yeah, I'll go talk to him. Just 1 second.
Like